good evening, team Kuribrohs here with Cian McDonnell's 4th place deck profile from the Irish Open this weekend. So Cian, what's your play?
I played True Draco.
And do you want to just get into this?
Actually, before we start, I'll have to give you a little story of True Dracos. When they first came out, I pulled like Diagram and a Masterpiece, I believe. Yeah. And then, no, it was a Masterpiece, and then I bought a Masterpiece off someone, and I was able to get 3 Diagrams. But I never actually played the pure variant, I just played the Zoo variant.
Yeah.
And then later down the line, I played the Metal Foe variant of it.
Yeah.
And I still didn't play the pure variant because like, oh, I don't play Demises. But then the other day I was like, I should probably play the pure variant, so I got Demises and I played this deck today, and I was very experienced with it, so I did pretty well.
just not with Demise, this is the one thing. Yeah. So yeah, we can get this straight into it.
Alright, so double Masterpiece.
Yeah.
I always draw this card.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very annoying.
Yeah, it's the worst one to open.
It's kind of like a love-hate relationship. He always loves to be around me, but I don't always like him being around, to be honest. Only at certain times, like there's a time and a place. I hope his wife isn't jealous.
It's Mariana?
Yeah. No, it's the maiden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I play 3 rocks.
Okay.
Because I find geography quite interesting. I used to play Inspector Border because I wanted to try it out, because it seemed Inspector Border is technically better if you get a bad hand.
If you go first as well. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go first, you get a bad hand just to set loads of spell and traps and summon Inspector Border. It's like a skill drain basically.
Yeah.
But it's really easily outed by magicians and things like that. So
and this is just much better going second.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's better in the mirror too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, it kind of doesn't really matter. But yeah. And play 2 maidens.
Yeah.
I see people play 3, but I feel you just draw monsters too much, so it's kind of silly, I think. Then you play 1 Ignis.
Sure.
He's at 1.
Yeah.
And then for spells, 3 Diagram.
Yep.
Then 3 Terraforming to get Diagram, and then standard enough.
Yeah, the 12 spells. Yeah.
And then played Stormfork. I'm on this Facebook page, and I saw some people trying to cut this.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, although I do brick with it a lot, I have to just pop it off a Diagram.
Yeah.
It is just still important to have, just in case I'm going against this grass deck and they bring out first turn Beals. I just have to like tribute over if I can.
Even in the mirror, it's super valuable sometimes.
Yeah. Although usually if they're good, they'll tribute spell and trap to summon Masterpiece, and then this won't be able to tribute over.
Okay.
I found it out the hard way. Not today though, thankfully.
Yeah.
2 Desires.
Yeah.
I usually hope that I banish a Desires off Desires.
Yeah.
So like I don't have to use another one. Also, I had a friend on my team saying that I shouldn't play this card in the deck. This is like ages ago. Because I'll banish 2 Masterpiece.
Yeah.
That's literally never happened to me at all today. And it doesn't happen generally.
It happened to me last round of poker.
Oh wow. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
3 Demise, best draw power card.
Yeah.
2 Duality. Because it's kind of shit when like you go Duality, you reveal Duality, and a card you don't want. Yeah. So then it's kind of shit. Like.
Yeah, I think you go through your deck fast enough that like you never need a 3rd one.
Like
you dig enough.
Yeah, like 2 is just generally fine. Like, and I have mismatching rarities just to trigger people. And then the 1 Upstart, it's basically the 3rd Duality that I can use the same turn I used Duality. Also, sometimes I go Upstart, draw into a Mano, so it's pretty nice.
And they don't drill you.
And then last spell, I played 2. I main 2 Cosmic. Most spells don't really main 2.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I basically, this deck is pretty much kind of copy and paste from the deck that topped in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
I believe it was. But like I didn't want to like just straight up copy his deck. I was trying to like playing around with a few cards like Inspector Border and stuff like that. But in the end, this turned out to be the best.
Yeah.
And this is really good in the mirror because you just banish their spell and traps and stuff. Also, it's handy against Trickstar, which I found was a hard matchup.
Yeah.
Previous to this tournament. So this helps when you like banish their reincarnation.
Yeah.
And then for the traps, the
fortress.
This is why this is why Zaphion is shit against the deck.
Yeah.
Because you have a monster on board, or if you don't have a monster on board, they probably won't be zapping on you. But if you have a monster on board, they'll attack into the guy, and you go, attack is fine, and they'll be like, okay, I get to do Zaffion now, and they're like, no, damage step, pop the guy, they don't get the attack, they don't get the battle, so then they don't get anything out of it, and it just shuffles during their standby. And this also these two cards have very different functions of playing around certain cards. Like this is really, like 2 of these are good for playing around the mana in the mirror. And also this is good against protecting your anti-spell from magicians when they know also on purple poison. You do the same thing that you do with Zaffion and stop them from attacking into it. And then this is good if you do this, you search this if you think you're going to get Kaiju, like if you're against some Luke Lennon deck remaining 3 Kaijus.
I mean, one is searchable, isn't it? One of his Kaijus is searchable.
Yeah, Dogran searchable, and then Erupt. You'll see why I only play 2. But this is really handy, just negating stuff. An interesting play that I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do, I just figured that it's a good idea to do it myself, is when I figure my opponent's probably going to have Kaiju, or in Daniel Heffernan's case, the Infernoid guy he needs, I'll just like activate during standby phase with my anti-spell, so that they can't, if they even hit the Kaiju, it doesn't die straight away, and not only that, but it doesn't even die during end phase. A lot of people don't know that. It's during your turn, the end phase of that. And then 1 skill drain, obviously. And then 2 anti-spell. I figured that like this is the most versatile because like certain decks don't lose too hard to this, but lose hard to this, and vice versa. And also, you're only playing 4, so like you're not gonna like brick with like if you're playing 3 each. And also, if you're playing 4, you have a chance that you'll see both of them, which is really strong against like so many decks.
And you can always tribute this to like.
Of course. That's why I play the tier straps. And then for extra, I play loads of tokens. Each token, well, not each token. The first, these tokens are all decks I used to play. I was originally known as the Vylon Kid, and then I switched my name to Gusto Kid. And then over the time, I played this deck, and then this deck, and then
there's no Yang Zing.
This is plants.
There's no Yang Zing.
Oh yeah, shit. I gotta make one of those.
B or B.
And then this is the most important token because this automatically gives you good luck. Because when I used to play this deck, I used to always top deck this card, and my opponents would get super salty. And then these are just the rest of the tokens.
The life is,
And a little bit of advertisement here. I can make so if you're looking for a token like one of these, all you need to do is give me the token and the card you want to make into token, and then like €1 or €2.
And then 15 quid.
€1 or €2, and then I'll make the token for you. And then for side deck, 2 raw sphere modes. It's for the Pelham Edition board, but I never got to use it. I was thinking I might side on 1 for the True Draco mirror for the late game, because often they have like a lot of monsters on board. Never got to use it.
It's okay if they play Scapegoat as well.
It's alright. Then third Cosmic. Then board wipes. Similar function to this, just gets rid of strong boards. One of these, oddly enough, even though it's like one of the most versatile cards in the deck, I never used it once.
Really?
I think I saw it in once. I didn't use it though.
It's really good in the mirror. That's like the best way.
But
you have to see it as well. Like it's not
searchable. It's also a card that stops evenly matched. But I have a better card that I like to use against evenly matched. Ironwall. I was playing against this guy. He invoked Mech Knights. And I had anti-spell up, I had Erupt up, I had my monster on board, had Diagram, and he was like, standby phase. I flipped up all my stuff, and then he's like, okay, main phase, like end the main phase, evenly match, and I was like, no, get out of here. No, not evenly match, pal. It's really good against that. Also, if your opponent tries to Cosmic me, like Vlad did, I just do this and they can't banish my stuff.
And it's also good against 60 card and like...
Also it has like actual siding, not just for like random cards, just like for Trickstar it can be handy against like Reincarnation, for 60 card against Snow, that kind of thing. I couldn't get called by the grave for this event, so I originally had Chalice, but I tried out locals and it wasn't that great because mana would basically just do the same thing but better. So I decided this is probably a good idea to put in because like it deals with 60 card decks. It can be good against the mirror in a way. Like if they can't pop it, you can kind of flip it up when they have like a mana and like they get rid of the mana order guy kind of thing. And there's like other interaction with like magicians and stuff.
Yeah, and it kills the 60 card as well.
Yeah. Third anti-spell for magicians and stuff. Then 3 of the match.
Okay, yeah.
This is for the mirror or for magicians or like whatever really.
Anytime you need to break a board,
Yeah, it's really good.
So is there anything you want to say about the deck or any shout outs or anything?
I'll give a shout out to my team, obviously. Team Sweetness.
Okay.
Shout out to... Actually, no more shout outs.
Okay.
A little backstory actually. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Is it the lore of the True Draco?
Oh, it was something I was going to say. It's going to be really funny. I can't remember.
No. Okay, so well, congratulations on the top and well done. And thank you very much. Team Kuribrohs sending it.
I just remembered. It was the conspiracy. First time I topped in, I can't remember what event it was, but I asked Billy, can you get a deck profile? And he was like, he was trying to sort it out, but it didn't work out. It just like, it took too long and like eventually I was like, there's no point. And then the second time I topped the Fair House, came 5th. And it's kind of the same story again.
Every time I take a break,
it's so annoying. Like, but finally, I got my deck profile on YouTube. Finally.
So Anyway, thank you very much and congratulations again on the top. Team Kuribrohs signing out.